Good morning, dear students. How are you? All are fine. Good. Stay safe. Okay. And today we are going to discuss about our new chapter, new lesson, Euclid's geometry. Is it? Yes. That is, in previous chapter we discussing the coordinating geometry. Is it? Already we know that what is geometry. Geometry is drawing. Is it? Yes. Or creation. Is it? Yes. That is fifth chapter. Euclid's geometry. Euclid's geometry. Euclid's geometry. That is, in this chapter we discussing some theorems. There is no exercise. That is, we only discussing the some axiom, postulates and theorems. That is, already we discussed Euclid's geometry means we considering drawing the triangle in a plane. Geometry are two types. One is Euclid geometry and non-Euclid geometry. Euclid geometry means when we drawing a plane, that is in a paper, sheet paper, when we draw a figure in a sheet. Non-Euclidean geometry means we drawing in space, 3D. Is it? We already studied 3D shapes. Is it? Cubes. Is it? Yes, that's our all are in drawing in space. Is it? Can we start? Have you done your homework in previous lessons? Have you completed your maths notes? If anyone didn't complete your maths notes, immediately complete your maths notes and all other subjects and submit to school immediately. And first we are discussing about a solid. That is, in this some notes are for you. That is, in this chapter some notes. Only some notes. There is only two exercise 5.1 and 5.2. That is, first important point is what is a solid has shape, size, position and can be moved from one place to another. Already we know that a solid have shape. Is it? Yes. And size, position, it can move one place to another. Is it? Yes. And next, its boundaries are called surface. Is solid have surface? Is it? Yes. Solids are surface. In this chapter is theorem chapter, theory chapter. So, more concentrate. I repeat, solid have position, shape and size and it can be moved one place to another. Its boundary is called surface. In this chapter no practical, only theories. So, listen carefully. Okay. And next is the boundaries of surface are curves or straight line. In solids, the boundaries of, that is, this is a solid. A stone or solid, that is, it has boundaries and shapes, and its boundaries are sometimes curves or straight line. Is it? That is, first thing is solid have shape, size, position and it also move one place to another place, and it have boundaries. That boundaries we call surface. In solids boundaries sometimes curves or straight line. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. And second one is a solid has 3 dimensions. Is it? Yes. Solid has 3 dimensions. And next is what? A surface. A surface has 2 dimensions. Solid have 3 dimensions, surface have 2 dimensions, and line has 1 dimension. Line has 1 dimension. Solid have 3 dimensions, surface have 2 dimensions, and in a solid has 3 dimensions, and surface has 2 dimensions, and a line 1 dimension. Is it clear? That is, solid have shape, size, position. It can be moved one place to another place, and it have boundaries. The boundaries called what? Surfaces. Surface. Is it surface? And the surface are sometimes curved or straight line. The solid has 3 dimensions. A surface has 2 dimensions. A line has 1 dimension. Is it? Yes. Is it clear? Okay. And next, definition given by Euclid. Definition given by Euclid. We are discussing about definitions of Euclid. First definition is, a point is that which has not. First is, a point. A point which has. A point is that which has no part. First definition. A point is that which has no part. And second definition by Euclid is, what is? A line is birthless line. First is, a point is that which has no part, and second is, a line is birthless. Is it? Birthless line. Is it? Yes. And third one is, what is third one? Third one is, the ends of a lines are points. The ends of a line is points. Is it? We already know that the line have n points. Is it? When the line have no n points, we call rays. Is it? The n points of a lines are points. The ends of a line are points. The ends of a line are points. First one is, what is first one? A point is that which has no part. First definition for Euclid, or given by Euclid. A point is that which has no part. Second is, what is? A line is birthless length. And third one is, the ends of a line are points. The ends of a line are points. First one is, a point is that which has no part. Second one is, a line is birthless length. And third one is, the ends of a line are points. And fourth one is, what is fourth one? A straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points with the points on itself. That is, fourth one is a straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. That is a straight line. We consider a straight line, then we can find the lines evenly. Is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. Is it? Yes. And next one is evenly with the points on itself. Is it? Yes. That is next. Fifth one is points on itself. And fifth one is a surface is that which a surface is that which has length and breadth only. A surface is that which has length and breadth only. That is, fifth definition is a surface is that which has length and breadth only. Is it? Okay, fifth one is a surface is that which has length and breadth only. Fourth one is a straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. Is it? Fourth one is a straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. That is, we already know that when we consider a straight line means there is no curved shape, that is going to straight. That is, when we consider the straight line, the lines which lies evenly with the points on itself. And next, fifth definition is, what is our fifth definition? Fifth definition is a surface is that which has length and breadth only. Already we know that surface is two dimension. Is it? That is length and breadth. That is length and breadth. And sixth one is the edges of a surface is lines. The edges of a surface is lines. That is, sixth dimension is the edges of a surface is lines. Already we studied first, a surface is that which has a length and breadth only. That is, surface is two dimension. And next, the edges of a surface is lines. Is it? Yes. That is, we already studied the solid have shapes, position. Is it? Shape, position and size. And it have surface is it? Yes. Its surface is sometimes curved or lines. Is it? Yes. That is, solid have three dimension, surface is two dimension, line is one dimension. Is it? Yes. That is, the edges of a surface is lines. That is, lines dimension is one dimension. Is it? Yes. And surface dimension is two dimension. Already we studied, or we make it as a definition. Is it? Yes. That is, a surface is that which has length and breadth only, and the edges of a surface is lines. Is it? And next, seventh definition is, what is our seventh definition? Seventh definition is a plane surface is three dimension. three dimensions. Is it? As already we studied. Is it? Euclid geometry and non-Euclid geometry. Euclid geometry means in plane and non-Euclid geometry in what which that is in 3D. Is it? Yes. That is a plane surface is in 3 dimension. Is it? Yes. That is. Now we discussing about solids. Solids have shapes, size, and what is shape, size, positions. It can move one place to another place, and it's have boundaries. The boundaries we called surfaces. Is it? Sometimes the surfaces is curved or shaped, and our seventh definition, first definition is a point is that which has no part. First definition is a point which have no part, and second definition is what? A line is birthless and birthless length. A line is birthless length, and third one is what is the ends of a line are points. The ends of a lines are points, and fourth one is a straight line is a line which lies evenly with the point zone itself, and fifth one is a surface is that which has length and breadth, and sixth one is the edges of a surface is lines, and seventh is a plane surface is 3 dimension. Otherwise we can say in long sentence that is a plane surface. A plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself. Or otherwise, seventh dimension we can rewrite as a plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself. That is, in Euclid gives 7 definitions. First one is a line has no path. Second one is a line is birthless length. Third one is a line have endpoints. And fourth one is a straight line lies in a line evenly lies on itself. And next one is lies evenly itself on. And fifth one is a surface that which has breadth and length. Sixth one is, what is our sixth dimension? The edges of a surface is line. And seventh one is a plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself. That is our seventh definition. Is it clear? One more time I repeat. Solid have shapes, positions and size. It can move one place to another place, and its boundary is called surface. Sometimes surface is curved or shaped. Is it S? And surface is what is? And surface, a solid has 3 dimensions. Surface is 2 dimension. Line is 1 dimension. That is, there is 7 dimension given by Euclid. First is line is what is? Line has no path. Line is birthless line, and lines have n points, or what we can say, a end of a line are points. The ends of a line are points. We can state definition as our statements. Okay, and next one is, fourth one is a point, a line and a plane are undefined things. A point, a line and a plane or surface are undefined terms. A point, a line, a plane. A point, a line, a plane or surface are undefined terms. Undefined terms. And next one is axioms or postulates are given assumptions which are obviously universal truth. They need not be proved. Axioms are given by, that is universal truth, not proof. That is universally true. Sometimes we can also discuss it sometimes. That is, we cannot discuss the proof. Is it? We can't discuss the proof. That is, axioms are same. That is, axioms or postulates. Axioms or postulates are the assumptions. Our assumption means that is not proved terms. Our assumption, axioms and postulates are assumptions and which are obvious, universal truth. They need not be proved. They need not be proved. That is, this we discussing the definition. And next we discussing the axioms of Euclid. Euclid's axiom. That is, what is we discussing the axiom? That is, next we discussing the axioms or postulates. Axioms or postulates means assumptions. Our assumptions. That is obviously truth. That is, they need not be proved. They need not be proved. And next we are going to discuss our Euclid's axioms. Euclid's axioms. Euclid's axioms. First one is what is, we all know that is axioms. That is 5 equal to 5. Is it? Yes. 2 equal to 2 or 3 equal to 3. Is it? 4 equal to 4. These are equal. 4 equal to negative 4. Is it equal? No. That is, which is the Euclid make it as a statement. That is, first axiom is things which are equal to the same thing. Things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. The things are which are equal to the same thing. Things which are equal to the same thing are equal to another, equal to one another. And next, second axiom is, if equals are added to equals, the whole part are equal. If equals are equal or if equals are added to equals, the whole part is equal. Second axiom. Third one is, if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainder are equal. That is, 3 plus 3 equal to 3. 3 plus 2 equal to 5. Is it? That is, our whole part are equal. And if we subtract it from equals, the remainder is equal. 3 minus 2 equal to 3 minus 2. 1 equal to 1. Is it? Yes. Is it right? Yes. And fourth axiom is, things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. That is, things are coincide with one another. That is also equal. And fifth is, the whole is greater than the part. The whole is greater than the part. Fifth axiom is, whole is greater than the part. And sixth one is, things which are doubled of the same thing are equal to one another. The things are doubled the things are which are doubled for the same things are equal to one another. And seventh one is things which are halves of the same things are equal to one another. That is, first is things, I repeat Euclid's axiom, first is things which are equal to the same thing is or are equal to one another, and if equals are added to equals, then the whole parties wholes are equal. And next one is, third one is, if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainder are also equal. Is it are equal? And next is fourth one, the things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. That is, the coincide with equal to one another is equal to one another. And fifth one, the whole is greater than the part. The whole is greater than the part. And sixth one, things which are doublet of the same thing is equal to one another. And seventh one is things which are, that is sixth. Seventh one is things which are halves of the same thing are equal to one another. That is, all are equal to one another. The equal parts, then we added to, then equal to one another. When we subtracted, the remainder is same or equal. When we coincide one another, that is equal to one another. Then the whole part is greater than the whole is greater than the part, and we can also doubling. When we take the doubles equal parts, that is also equal to one another. And next we are going to discussing about five postulates of Euclid's. Five postulates of Euclid's. That is, axioms are 7 and definition is 7 part and 2. That is fully, that is 7 definition, axioms is 7 and 5 postulates Euclid's have. That is, next is a first postulate. A straight line can be drawn from only one point to another point. That is, we also know that this is a straight line, this is a point and this is a point. Only one straight line from a point to a point. That is first postulate. When a straight line can be drawn from only one point to any other point. Only one straight line. That is, a straight line can be drawn from only one point to any other point. Only one point to any other point. That is, this is another straight line. This is another straight line. Is it? Yes. And second one is, the terminator line can be produced infinitely. We can terminate the lines. Is it? That is second postulate. That is, this is a line we can terminate infinitely. Is it? Yes. Is it? Yes. Is it? Yes. And third one is, a circle can be drawn with any center of any radius. That is, in the case of circle, there is radius, a center, and this is radius. The distance from center to any point on a circle we call radius. That is, we can draw, a circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. Is it? Yes. Any center, any radius. That is a postulate. And next is, all right angles are equal to one another. All right angles are, right angles means, what is right angles? Right angles means 90 degree. Is it? Yes, right angles means 90 degree, that is equal to one another. Or right angles are equal to one another. And fifth is a long postulate, that is very big postulate. Just here, if a straight line falling on two straight lines makes the interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles. That is, then the two straight lines, if produced infinitely, meet on that side on which the sum of angles less than two right angles. That is when we meted two straight lines. Then we extending, that is the angle sum is less than the two right angles. Then there is also right angles means 90 degree. Is it? Yes. If a straight line falling on a straight line makes the interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles. Otherwise, we can also tell that then the two straight lines, if produced infinitely, meet on the side on which the sum of angle is less than two right angles. This is our chapter. That is, in this chapter, 7 definitions, 5 postulates and 7 axioms. That is, can we start our exercise 5.1? Are you ready? That is, exercise 5.1 is page number 85. Is it? And first is, which of the following statements are true and which are false? First is state true or false. That is, first is, only one line can pass through a single point. Only one line can pass through a single point. Because, is it true or false? Is it true or false? It is false. That is, this can be seen visually. We can only see it visually. That is, what is the statement? Only one line can pass through a single point. Only one line can pass through a single point. Is it? Yes. Is it? Yes. And next is, there are an infinite number of lines which pass through two distant points. That is, one more time, there are an infinite number of lines which pass through two distinct points. Which pass through two distinct points. Which pass through two distinct points. Is it true or false? That is false. According to Euclid's postulate, second postulate. What is second postulate? What is second postulate? That is, or axiom. What is our axiom? What is our statement? Statement is, one more time, there are an infinite number of lines which pass through two distinct points. Is it? That is, this contradicts our axiom. That is, given two distinct points, there is a unique line that pass through them. Is it? Is it? Our axiom is there. And third one is, a terminated line can be produced infinitely on both sides. That is, a terminated line can be produced infinitely on both the sides. On both the sides. Is it? Yes. Is it? Yes. That is true. That is true. That is true. That is, when we can make a straight line, we can make the straight line infinitely. We can produce infinitely. That is, Euclid's postulate, second postulate. And third, fourth is if two circles are equal, then their radii are also equal. That is also true. That is, radius is constant. Any circle can, any radii, if the radii are equal, the circles are equal, or circumference or boundaries are equal. Is it? Yes. And fifth is, in figure AB equal to PQ, in figure AB equal to PQ, AB equal to PQ, and PQ equal to XY, PQ equal to XY, then AB equal to XY. AB equal to PQ, PQ equal to XY, then AB equal to XY. Is it true? Is it true? Is it true? Yes, it is true. Strongly true. By our axiom first. What is our axiom first? The things which are equal to same things is equal to one another. Equal to one another. That is, here AB equal to PQ, that is PQ equal to XY, then AB equal to XY. That is true. That is our exercise first question. And example exercise second and third, fourth are for your homework. And next we are going to discuss our exercise 5.2. Exercise 5.2. That is first is what is our question? 5.2. 5.2, page number is 88. And first question is, how would you rewrite Euclid's fifth postulate so that it would be easier to understand? That is, I already told you the fifth postulate is very long, is it? Yes, that is very long postulate. So we can rewrite in simple method, is it? Yes. That is, which way we can make, that is, two distant intersecting lines cannot be parallel or same line. That is, fifth postulate we can say two intersecting line is not parallel lines or same lines. That is for your solution. And second question is for your homework. Following like this, you can say the same thing. That is, in this chapter, 5 postulates, 7 axioms and 7 definitions given by Euclid. That is, this chapter is dealing with the Euclid's geometry. That is, we discussing in plane. Non-Euclid geometry means we discussing in 3D. Is it? Yes. So the exercise 5.1, question 2, 3, 4 are homework. That is, first question already we discussed. Same thing for following like that solutions, you get the solution. And in 5.2, the second question is also for your homework. That is, this chapter is only theorems, only theoretical chapter. So any doubt, contact me, and I wish you a good day. Take care.